Patrick Harvey, Kettlebell DC. Basics on the swing. All too often I have people coming to me wondering about corrections for the swing. Probably some of the biggest problems are hiking your arms forward before you actually extend your hip. So just to be clear, the arm motion is a result of hip extension. Okay, it's sort of a 1-2. If you could see it in slow motion, that's what it would look like. Hip hike, arms fly up as a result. Newton's second law. Energy has to travel up your body, it has to go somewhere, so your arms fly up. Okay. So if you see motions like this, okay, I'm going to do it wrong, so don't learn this, but wrong. Okay, really bad actually. Get rid of it quickly. What you have to do instead is develop a sense of momentum, and you just have to wait for the weight to sort of get behind you, and then hike your hips violently. Okay, so wait for the weight to get behind you, hike your hips violently, squeeze your glutes nice and tight. The weight should fly up as a result. Okay, if you sense any sort of wave-like sort of activity or wave, any sort of this is not good. Okay, get rid of it. You want it to be sort of like a whip crack. Okay, boom. Okay, weight flies up. Boom. Okay, think about it. The end of a whip, it can't snap if your hand doesn't move. Okay, so what you're doing, snap without actually moving your hips. Okay, so everything is a reaction of your hips. Okay, so if you see people doing it like this, okay, minimal or no knee bend is bad, because we know it's all coming from the lower back. So either really, really strong, or they're not going to last too long. Either way, I would say do it like this. You're going to last a lot longer. Okay. Another thing that I see wrong with people starting the swing is lifting it from here and then just going. Right? There's no energy yet. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to tilt it towards you and start at about 1.5 feet, 2 feet in front of you. That way, once you drag it, gravity is going to accelerate it. Gravity is accelerating downwards, obviously, but a fraction of that energy is going that way, behind you. Okay, and that's a good way to tense up your lats, and so your lower body can accept that energy and redistribute it back up. Okay, so here's what it looks like. Head high, chest out, tilt it towards you. You might not be able to see it because of the grass here, but it's tilted towards me. And another thing that tilting does is it takes the slack out of your arms. Okay, slack is really bad. Slack will jack your back up pretty quickly. So hike, pop, pop. And that's what it looks like. Okay, so that's 2 things we've learned now. Slack is really bad. Okay, so get rid of sort of a dead start and just sort of starting it from nowhere. Okay, use free energy. It's all a swing is you're sort of harnessing gravity for a split second and then popping it back up. Wait for it to fall. Okay. Your body accepts that load eccentrically and then drives it back up. Okay? That's what it's all about. Another thing, this is one of my biggest pet peeves, is waiting too long, or actually, excuse me, bending your knees too early. So you'll see this a lot. People will hike and then they'll bend their knees and then their body will stop and then boom, this will catch them and they'll almost do a somersault. So wait a little bit longer. You've hiked it up. It should be weightless for a split second. Okay, it's falling back. It's accelerating towards earth again. Falling, 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 falling. Right about here, when your elbows are really close to your rib cage, that's when you want to sit into it. Okay. What happens if you don't? Pop. Okay. Your body stops. Okay. Boom. You fall over. So if you do it that way, there's 2 motions. There's 2 sort of impulses on your body. And you want to think about getting those moments in time synchronized. So it's actually one moment in time. So instead of pop and then waiting for it, or excuse me, starting it early, boom, boom, and that pulls you over, think about waiting one moment. So 1, 2, 1. Okay, that's going to save your back a lot of grief. Okay, it also has to do with the series elastic component in your body. Okay, one of the reasons if you do this really well it should seem more effortless is because tendons in your body, muscles in your body, they have elastic properties. Okay, and those elastic properties are contingent upon time. Okay, it's a very short window of time. If it takes too long, you don't get any springiness from your muscles. So that springiness, that free energy that you want to develop, you're not going to get it if you're waiting for the kettlebell to hit you at the bottom, boom, like that. You think about, you have to sort of quickly load the body like that. Okay. For all of these, the whole time, my back has been in proper form. Okay. If you're doing a swing like this, okay, you can see the round in my back, no good. You need to either flatten your back or even slightly hyperextend it. So this, really bad, that, good. And you have to carry that all the way down to the bottom. I've seen people pop it up, really good form, bad. So you have to be really aware of your pelvic tilt, okay? Imagine you have a bowl of soup, okay? You're going to cut the top half of your body off, put a bowl of soup in, put the top half of your body back on, okay? This is spilling the soup forward so it falls down into your groin. I know it's a horrible thought. And then this is spilling the soup backwards so it's falling down your butt, okay? This is a posterior pelvic tilt, this is an anterior pelvic tilt, okay? For this, you need to think about spilling the soup out the front, okay? That's a healthy curve on your back. What happens if your back gets really rounded? All that pressure gets distributed through the leading edge of your vertebrae and you can be at risk for popping a disc. Okay, so get rid of that first things first. Here's what it looks like. Try that again. Okay, hike back. Okay, you can see on the stop, okay, I didn't just try and stop it on a dime. I just fell down like I normally do, or actually I lowered myself in proper form, but I just didn't return, and then the energy spilled out here. Okay, so that's a good way to stop. It's going to save the stress on your lower back. Okay, here's another thing that you're going to see a lot is usually you see it with people who have just sort of gotten the basics down. Okay, pop up, pop. Okay, so you have to realize when you pop the kettlebell up, okay, okay, when you pop the kettlebell up, boom, okay, right at this moment, that kettlebell is going straight up, okay. If it's dragging you forward, okay, to some degree, very minor maybe, okay, but to some degree it's pulling you forward a little bit too. Okay, so you have to concentrate on keeping your shoulders retracted a little bit and creating that sense of weightlessness in your hands for a split second. What some people even do is they'll let go of it for a split second. That can help with your grip when you're doing really high volume swings. You know, if you're letting go of it for a split second, that's going to save your grip a lot of wear and tear. So here's what it looks like if you let go of the kettlebell for a split second. Okay. And so you see that one time I did it was just to emphasize the fact that it's weightless for a split second. Okay, you don't have to let go and pull your hands back. Just briefly let go, loosen your grip for a second. It's going to work on your coordination, your agility, all that stuff. So it's a good drill to get into. So what did we learn? We learned hike it from a tilted position where the kettlebell is in front of you, okay? Not here, okay? Doing this leads to weird stuff like this, okay? Use your hips, okay? Use your hips to drive it. Remember, it's a chain reaction from your hips, your knee extension, your hips, up to your arms, okay? It's not just a back extension like this, okay? Wait for your arms to fall. Wait. That one might be a little counterintuitive, especially for guys, right? Guys are thinking, well, I'm not letting that thing come near my groin. Whatever. Let it come close, your nervous system will react, you'll actually move faster. Boom. Okay, believe me, you're not gonna let that thing hit you. Explode. If you find your arms moving before your body, it's wrong. Drive through your heels. Kettlebell pops up as a result.